Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about something really important. This is my mom. Say hi.
Hi.
You want to say your name?
No.
Okay, it's my mom. She doesn't want to say her name. And I'm basically going to ask her questions about her journey with fibroids. I know plenty of women in my own life who struggle with this currently, have been told certain things by doctors that are not true or accurate. And so it's really awesome to have someone here who has, it's kind of weird to say you survived, like it's not like,
yeah, I survived.
She survived having fibroids. So let's get into this.
Yay.
Okay, so when did you realize that something was off with your body?
I didn't.
You didn't?
That's the issue. I wasn't paying attention to the slight changes. I kind of like, leave it, it's age. Like I remember like, probably 9-10 years ago, frequent urination. Because you're getting old.
Yeah. So you blamed everything that was happening on age.
So it's like,
Yeah.
So that's one mistake that I made for sure. There has to be some kind of awareness when it comes to your body and all the changes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're getting older.
Right.
Because if your diet is not up to par, then
you're gonna feel it immediately.
Exactly. Things happen over time. So
right.
Yeah. So yeah, and when I look back, I was like, wait a minute, that's when that started.
Yeah.
And that was like years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
All right. So you gotta speak a little louder.
Oh.
Your voice is so soft. I know she's not used to
It hurts
videos.
when I talk loud.
Yeah, I mean, just project a little bit. So you basically didn't realize something was wrong. You just assumed that it was age. So one of the symptoms was urination. What other symptoms did you have over time?
That was bloating and
was it weight gain?
yeah, some weight gain. Like I hit 39. I wasn't, because I could eat whatever I want and I would never gain
weight.
I
don't know nothing about that now.
And one day it just changed.
Right. Drastically.
Okay, you are putting on weight. It's like, I'm not used to this.
Mom has always been this small.
Yeah.
And I used to be that small, so.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, so that happened. And of course, again, age.
You attributed it to age.
Yeah, so because my diet was not like it is now.
Right.
So all those changes started happening.
Okay. And so all these changes are happening. You're not really sure what it is. Like you said, you think it's age and this is natural and this is what's supposed to happen, right? So when did you realize, or when were you told that it's fibroids?
Okay, I had some pain after my cycle, and I ended up, I went to the emergency room because it was just hurting, and I think it was they call it a cyst or something.
A cyst, yeah.
And it was just hurting, and then they did a vaginal ultrasound, and that's when they saw the fibroid and say, it was, small as a penny.
Small as a penny.
They always say that, small as a penny.
That was something I hear a lot of women say, how years ago their doctor said, oh, it's small, it's something like totally insignificant, you'll be fine, it'll either go away or it won't affect you. And now women are in their 40s, 50s, and they're in a lot of pain. So that is a very common thing to hear, that oh, it's normal, or people, women of color.
But, it doesn't affect some people.
Right.
But you just never know.
Right. You never know
can't tell
where it can go.
It's going to affect this person or it's not going to affect that person. That years to come.
Right.
But that's when I found out that I have fibroid, and I was like, oh. Because to tell you the truth, I didn't really know anything about fibroids.
Yep.
The awareness know that so many people had it. So many women had it, and I'm sure a lot of people are walking around not knowing that they have it.
Right.
Until they do.
Right.
So after I went to the emergency, I went for a follow-up with gynecologist, and she kind of, explained to me what, you know, the fibroid thing is, and she said, you know, a certain percentage of women, you know, get it. And I was like, I was in that percentage, and I was like, I left the office, you know, thinking that, okay, it's a normal thing, you know, which is crazy when I think back at it now.
Because it's not.
And of course, at the time, also, I gotta mention that my cycle just normally lasts 3-4 days.
Yeah.
I hardly have pain, which some people say, oh, I have it every month. I'm like, I can't relate. But then over time, I realized that sometimes I will have pain, and the cycle keeps gradually getting heavier and heavier. And then up to before the big explosion, it was like going up to like 6-7 days.
That's a long
time. I
thought,
but it did that for a long time, so I really didn't pay attention to that.
Right. You just thought, and my cycle is changing.
Yeah.
Just on its own. Okay.
Yeah.
So a big part of fibroids and how people get it is really what you eat. So what was your diet like during this time when your body started to react this way?
Coffee in the morning.
Coffee.
First thing, yay, coffee.
We need it. America runs on Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Or coffee.
You know, my horrible diet started because I never used to drink coffee. Like seriously, like never used to drink coffee and a lot of soda. But it started when I was working at the bank. I was totally stressed out. You know, I would drink, I mean, all the Chinos you could find, and coffee and sweet stuff, and what's that red thing that you...
Twizzlers? That was your favorite thing. I hated
Yes,
Twizzlers. They were so nasty.
They helped me through the day.
I remember that though. I remember you loved those, and I hated them with a passion.
Twizzlers and Pepsi. Yes.
Yeah. And then like you're not from America. You're from Jamaica, where like at least back at that time it was people were still living off the land. They're not as Americanized as they are now. So, and I hear this a lot from people who come from like Africa or Haiti or the Caribbean, anywhere else. Like a lot of people don't suffer from a lot of illnesses that they have here in America. They develop it over time based off of the food that is offered here. And it's like we live in a go society. So even for myself, like sometimes I'm like, I don't have time to do this because I'm running, so let me just go to McDonald's real quick, you know? And it becomes a habit, and then you start doing it, and then you'll eat healthy like every once in a while, but then your body like no longer wants those things because it's gotten used to what's not good.
So another sure sign was allergies. I never had allergies, and
Speak up a little.
I was, you know, living at... Wait, you can't say that while I'm doing the video.
It's okay, they'll be alright. I feel like I'm gonna be saying this to you quite often, so yeah.
Turn up the mic.
It's not the mic, Ma. I don't have a mic. I'm working on those things. Okay, go on.
Yeah, allergies. I was living on Staten Island, you know, where the dump is. So yeah, stuff.
You started developing stuff.
Yes, allergies, and it was weird. But yeah, that was one sign that, you know, I ignored, because you know it's so, the commercials just come on every season like clockwork. Yeah, it's like they don't give you, they just treat the symptoms, like pretty much is what to sell stuff. So you don't really think about getting to the root cause of it. And you know, it has to do with your gut health. Right. Now that I know, it's like, okay.
We'll talk about the gut health towards the end.
Yes.
So basically once you found out that you have fibroids and it was very nonchalantly spoken about, you just continued down the same.
Well, I started, at that time I was like, you know, not eating that much sugar, but it wasn't as drastic as it is now. Right. But yeah, I started, and I was doing small because it was hard to get off the Pepsi, people, and it was.
I remember Mom for years. One, we didn't have a microwave because she's like, we're gonna get cancer basically. So we had to warm up food on the pot, and I'm telling you, I hate it because
Well, we still
it's
don't
inconvenient. We still don't have a microwave because she refuses to get one. So we have an air fryer. Like, it just burns everything. And then
it doesn't.
And then it'd be crunchy. And then what else? We never bought juice or soda in the house.
Yeah, we stopped drinking
I was okay with that. But then when your friends and family came over, they'd be like, oh, we thirsty. You'd be like, we got water. They'd be like, that's why I hate coming here because we don't have. So like, yeah. And it actually wasn't that hard to do. Like, we just don't buy it.
Yeah, and I never buy soda.
Yeah.
I always just go out and get it.
Yeah.
When I want it. I just never buy. Wasn't a part of the grocery shopping list.
Right. So so now we're gonna speak about how you got introduced to the naturopathic world. So you told me that you always kind of knew about it, but you never really
I never went
and figured it out for yourself. And it's also not a common thing. I feel like now I tell people about it, they be like, what's that? And I'm like, what you mean what's that? It's 2020.
Yeah.
What you mean you don't know what naturopathic medicine is? But yeah, so you eventually went, and how did that go?
Well, leading up to that, because I only went when it got really bad.
When it got really bad. Because you were desperate.
I was absolutely desperate.
Yeah.
I wish I'd gone. But here's the thing, I didn't have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put that in the picture, because a lot of people don't. The job that the baby, nanny job, we didn't have the Obamacare at the time.
Yeah,
so
but
people didn't have insurance, but you just don't go.
Yeah, but even
to
if
the doctor,
you did have
really.
Insurance, they don't really take insurance.
I know, but I'm talking in general. Not
Okay.
I didn't. I should have. I just wasn't thinking, because it's a small fee you pay.
Yeah.
Just to go.
Yeah.
It was $25 then.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's
I think it used to be on insurance too, because when I brought Kari to a naturopath, and my insurance covered for Kari from newborn to 18 years old, and she said they used to cover adults, but they changed the law, and adults are no longer allowed.
Yeah.
So you have to pay out of pocket, which sucks, because I guess there's an agenda.
Yeah.
There's always an agenda.
Yeah.
And we ain't really gotta talk about that, but yeah. we know. It's America.
Yeah, so I really didn't start doing my deep research until it really got, bad, because when they told me it wasn't as bad as it got, like back in 2016. So I think I found out probably 2013.
Okay.
I think, and yeah, so I guess it grew.
Mm-hmm. The fibroids grew.
It grew, and it grew really fast over a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then one day.
This is a big explosion, by the way. One day.
One day, oh my God, it was horrible. I had my regular cycle, and then it faded away, and then it like started again. I was like,
oh, so it's faded, but then like a day or so later, your period started all over again.
yeah,
Bruh. That's not.
and it was heavy.
Oh no.
It was so heavy,
Okay.
and I had to, get the big pads,
The
pregnancy
diapers?
pads, those big things. By the dozen.
Yeah.
It's like I would go through so many pads. It was horrible.
Yeah, so so you went to the naturopath.
Yeah, I went to the naturopath because it was like a lot of bleeding over, because it started in June,
Okay.
and I think I went to the naturopath probably in November.
Ooh, that's a long time.
Yeah, I waited a very long
June
time.
to November.
Yeah, and in between that time, I was feeling kind of dizzy sometimes, and it was a weird situation. So I went to the naturopath, and my doctor's visit was like probably almost like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because they went into all the details, all the questions and everything, and they told me what to what to do, what to eat, and all that stuff. And they took actually they did I did blood work, and the lab called and said, you know, I don't know who this person is, but they need to get to the emergency room right away.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
That ain't it.
Because there was enough blood in my body.
There wasn't enough blood in your body?
It was a lot of bleeding, y'all. A lot of bleeding.
Dang.
Okay.
That's scary.
It is scary.
Okay. So what happened after
So
that?
a couple days passed because I couldn't go. I'm like, I can't. So I went on the weekend and they admitted me.
They admitted you to the hospital.
Yeah. So I had to get like 2 units of iron. No, 2 units of blood? 2 of blood and 2 of iron.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah. So that it was scary.
Was it called a transfusion? Yeah, you had a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
Yeah.
That's yeah. Mind you, the doctor said it was as small as a bunny, and now she's having a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
All right.
It
So
was really bad.
yeah, that's scary.
I'm glad I didn't pass out somewhere.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, you're driving or something, and
Yeah.
that ain't it, honey. All right. So what happened after the transfusion?
You know, I could just continue to do what, you know, they told me to do.
Right.
A naturopath. And, you know, eat fruits and vegetables, lots of greens and flaxseed and
Greens, black
a lot of
seeds,
greens, drink a lot of water.
water.
And I was taking, you know, the iron supplements, vitamin D, because my vitamin D was very low.
Yeah.
Like everything was low, because everything was like drained out of my body,
Right.
pretty much.
Dang.
So I had to, you know, redo all that stuff. And yeah, it was scary. And, yeah, so I continued doing that, and for months and months, then it wasn't working, you know. I was like bawling all the time, like crying every time I go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
And you just don't want to get to that
point.
yeah.
It almost reminds you know, the woman with the issue of blood. I wondered if that's what she had. Like she had fibroids.
She probably did.
Yeah. I wonder if she had fibroids.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the bleeding started, you know, just continued, and they suggest that, you know, they wanted to put me on birth control, and I was like, I'm not taking on birth control, or you know, you have to have surgery because where the fibroid was, you know, they have to cut, and, you know, go in and, you know, take it out, or I could just, you know, take out my uterus.
Take out the uterus.
Just get rid of it.
That sounds like that's not okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, I've heard that too. People are being told in the beginning it's small and now it's a huge issue, so just take your uterus out.
Yeah, just take it out.
Like what?
Yeah, they love doing surgeries.
Yes.
They don't give you anything to get to the root cause, to get rid of it. They just want to do surgery.
Just remove something that is so...
Yeah, it's so a part of me. Like, no.
Yeah, like your children came from, and just... Even just... That's just weird. Like, it's not like...
Yeah.
That's just way too... That's too important, I think. Yeah.
So I took the one form of birth control, which was...
Is it NuvaRing?
Huh?
NuvaRing?
Something, yeah. I forgot the name of it now.
Something.
Yeah.
One of those
the plastic thing that they push up.
Yeah, I think that's a NuvaRing. I mean, there's different kinds now. They have like a whole bunch of birth controls. But yeah.
So I did that. That was painful to put in, people.
Not I, said the cow. Not I.
And that didn't work.
Yeah.
I was still like bleeding.
Because they were telling you, oh,
you're talking
for
about
the first few months you're gonna...
12 days of bleeding.
12 days of bleeding, yep.
12 days.
But then they were saying, oh, over time, like, it'll eventually stop, but it just didn't, right?
No.
Yeah.
It was not working.
Yeah.
So I, continued to do what they told me, tell me to do, and then I decided to do some research, and I found this lady online. She's talking about detoxing and all that stuff. So what I did, this guy, what's his name, Dr. Furman. I see him on PBS all the time, and he talk about vegetarian eating. So he has a book, a recipe thing for 10 and 20. It's like a detox to like reset your palates and all that stuff. So I did that. I don't remember exactly when I started it. And in this diet plan, you don't use any oil, salt, or sugar.
No oil, no salt, no sugar. That is my diet.
But it actually tastes good. Like, I was surprised.
Okay, so
they really taste good.
He has recipes that are well seasoned, just without those things.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is really good. So I tried that, and for the 20 days.
Okay.
And reset my palate and all that good stuff, and keep drinking my water and taking my, whatever they gave me at the clinic. It's a lot of beans. It was, beans every day and a salad, and just, it was well rounded, so it was good. And then I noticed I started getting cramps.
Yeah.
And I can't pinpoint, was it before I started that 10 and 20, or was it after?
You're not sure if it was before or after the 10 and 20.
Yeah.
But you were cramping.
I was cramping, and I think it went on for like 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
Or I think maybe 2. And I was like, you know what, I don't. And I'd mentioned it to the naturopath. And so I just decided to go to the gynecologist, because I was like, I don't understand this sharp pain. And when I went, he just felt like, and he was like, yeah, you're the fibroid, your body's delivering the fibroid. I'm like, huh?
Her body is delivering
I was
a
having
fibroid.
a fibroid baby.
So I have a sibling. Another sibling.
Yeah, so it moved from the wall of my uterus to the wall of the vagina. So they were just able to just go in and take it out.
Right.
Because it wasn't going to come out by itself like that.
Because it was too big. Or it just wouldn't have come out regardless.
It just wouldn't have come
okay.
out.
Wow.
So yeah.
So you gave birth
to
a fibroid, yeah. And
the next month my cycle came. Yeah,
and how was just your cycle?
3 to 4 days.
Nice.
No pain.
That was fast.
But guess what? I was still wearing the big pads.
Because
I was like,
you're still stuck.
Yeah, I was still stuck. I did that for a couple months. It was weird.
Because you're just afraid of that. Like, if you wore the small one and then bam, it happened again.
And whenever I feel the flow coming down, I get nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
So
traumatic.
it was PTSD, people.
PTSD. Yeah.
So yeah.
So now, how long has it been since you delivered?
The fibroid.
Yeah.
It's been a year and however old Kari is. I don't know.
Kari is 15 months old, so
it's been a year. I did it in November.
Yes, because
it was
the baby shower was October.
Yeah, that same week.
So my mom did that. Yeah, Kari is more than 15 months. It's like 16.
No, well, it was a year in November.
Oh, you did it in November.
A year and 2 months. A year and 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So
my cycle is still the same.
It's normal.
It's, the fibroid is not there, but I had to continue eating. Even though I've had a little cupcakes here and there.
Yeah. I mean,
sweet stuff, but it's just probably 20% or 10%.
Right.
But overall, I make sure that I still continue with my.
Which is good, because I think
diet.
most people would they do it just for a result, and they don't do it for a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because
I do not want it to come back, and it will come back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
I believe.
And other things too, even if it's not fibroids that come back, it's something else or something else.
And
because
one of the big thing, I lost my eyebrow.
You lost your eyebrows?
My eyebrow. That was also a sign of that you have fibroids.
Wow. I don't have fibroids. My eyebrows are still intact.
Right.
But I would know, obviously.
Mine was as full as yours.
Wow.
No, it's like, terrible. And then my hair was falling out. My hair was falling out.
I probably did. Because my hair was falling out. But I don't know what it was.
But now it's growing.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
She has sister locks, by the way. Look up what that is. I don't have time to explain it because I don't even know what it is.
It's growing back now. It's amazing. I thought, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
I thought it was, age thing. You lose your hair, gets thin. Like, no,
that's not it.
You're
too young.
You're not eating right.
Too young.
Your body needs nutrients in order for everything to work.
Yeah. All right, so just a simple overview, I guess, just to say.
Yeah, I didn't go into a lot of detail.
Yeah, I mean, you explained
overall,
enough for people to be like, oh, so that's one. You said it's not normal. Like I said, people hear that all the time, and it's gradual. Nothing ever just boom, bam, slam. It's always over a period of time, unless you're exposed to some crazy radiation or something like that. Like, you're not gonna turn into Spider-Man. Yeah. It's over time. Start noticing things about your body that are falling apart because it's not age. It's definitely something is going on. So we both still see naturopaths, and I will share my little tidbit. I mean, it's not as dramatic, I don't know what the word to say, as my mom's. But
you want to prevent.
I want to prevent things from happening and stop things that have happened already. Because let me tell you, it's this discomfort, especially after having a baby. There were things that I was struggling with that were figured out, which is nice. So yeah, like, what is like a quick little message you want to tell women who do have fibroids or don't, but are now more aware?
That it's important to be aware of what you eat, because your body needs nutrients. It's really simple, really. Yeah. If you're gonna eat something, okay, you just say, this is this. What am I getting out of this? What's it gonna do for my body? If you're eating a slice of pizza or a whole pizza, what are the there's no nutrients in that, really. Right. So.
And like, also, like, in school we have the nutrient chart, and it says this and this and that. That's actually not accurate at all. So it's like, where can you get information that's accurate? What was the doctor's name the book that you did, the 20
Dr. Furman.
Dr. Furman, or just look up different naturopathic doctors. There's so much information out there. You can tell them
everything.
Yeah, on YouTube and all these things. Like, for example, I don't consume dairy. I may have it every once in a while because Whole Foods got that mac and cheese. But one thing I can tell you, one is it causes stomach issues. Dairy, and I stopped having dairy. I suffered from like eczema for like a really long time, and I no longer have eczema. Like, not even this much. I haven't noticed anything. I would normally get it like where my bra line is, especially because it's rubbing against my skin, and there's nothing there. And that's simply because I just stopped consuming dairy. Yeah. And now I don't have to be worried about going to get cortisone, whatever, that never really works, or I'm like slapping on a whole bunch of stuff. So food is really important, guys. I feel like a lot of us, let's say the Christians out there who are like, oh, I'm praying for God to heal me and do all these things, and God's just like, the answer is right there. Yeah. Just eat. Just eat what you're supposed to eat. And it's okay to have a little brownie or something every once in a while. It happens, but if it's not, just don't make it a part of your entire diet. It's only supposed to be a snack or something, Yeah,
so. And you're not like, I know we all have that frame of mind that, you're eating healthy to lose weight. It's not about losing weight. You know, it's about, you know, your body needs the proper nutrients to function.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
Yeah. So.
And don't, you know, don't just leave things up to, oh, it's my age. You know, it's supposed to happen because I'm a certain age. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not at all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it.
For now.
For now. There's so much more to say. It's just like,
There is, like,
I don't want people to sit here for like an hour and a half.
yeah.
So yeah, if you found what we said very interesting, please like, please subscribe. If you have any questions, please post them below. Yeah, and like I said, we or I, whichever, will be speaking more about it. If you have a story to share and you want to message me about it, I would love to listen. I know a lot of people message me all the time about whatever's going on with them, so I really appreciate those messages, because sometimes I wake up and I'm miserable and I'm like, oh my god, someone sent me something, and I read it and like changes my whole mindset of the day, just to notice that it's just not me in this world, that there's everyone else. And so yeah, just, you know, like, share, subscribe, share this. If you have fibroids, you know someone who has fibroids, you don't know anyone who has fibroids, but there is someone.
Think you might get fibroids.
If you think, yeah. So definitely don't let your doctor tell you it's not serious, because it can also lead to like infertility and all these things as well.
Miscarriages.
Yeah, miscarriages and all this stuff. So it's really a major thing that a lot of people are suffering with. But like I said, we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Why did we say that like in unison?